The really interesting thing there is the role that your early years play on your relationship with power. Because when I think about some of the nicest, I don't know if this is just a general stereotype or a narrow observation I've had, but some of the nicest people I've met in terms of, being the opposite of whatever a toxic narcissist is, seem to have really comfortable, loving, secure, safe, early experiences. Is that broadly true in your view?
It's a generalization, but there is some truth to it. I mean, there's things that called attachment theories where psychologists have looked at the kind of attachment you had to your parents and they categorize it in 4 different ways. And there's the ideal, the best one, where you have this incredibly loving mother and father, and they're giving you unconditional love, but they know also how to give you your independence. It's not terribly common. Then there's levels and levels, and then as you get to the 4th level, it's like the abandonment one, or abusive and abandonment, where you basically leave the child alone. You don't give it any attention, any love, and it's very crippling, right? But the thing is, children are much stronger than we think they are. They're very resilient. They're very resourceful. They're going to find their love. They're going to find a way to compensate for it in some way. When I was doing seduction in some of my other books, and I look at people who were like very charismatic, like a Malcolm X, like a Marilyn Monroe, I could go on and on and on. These are people that came from very, very bad families, right? They had no love. Marilyn Monroe was an orphan, essentially, raised in an orphanage. Her whole life was, I got to get people to love me. I need love so desperately. And her way of doing it was to literally make love with the camera. You could sense that she needed it, and it was so powerful that you sensed it, that she drew it to herself. Some children, in the worst circumstances, it ends up bringing the best out of them. They have to find their way in life. And some people who have everything don't go very far because they don't know how to find things for themselves. So life is weird. And some people have the shittiest childhoods, learn how to be resourceful and get what they need on their own.